We appear to be live. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Bernie Bear was already here.
Hello,
I tried to shoo them away.
Is it full screen?
Well, it seems so.
Okay. Just because I've not recorded it before, I wanted to make sure it was looking okay.
Feel free to start. You don't need to glance over at me the entire time.
Hi, Spidey. Just making sure everybody's with us and, you know, giving people a chance. Alright, so we're playing Hearthlands, which is something that I bought this game, was it last weekend, Mir? I don't know, it only feels like a few days ago and I've put 66 hours into it already. And so I've given it a go. I'll give you a quick look through what's in Hearthlands. There is a campaign mode and all of these ones that are green, because the campaign's quite tutorial-y, and I've worked my way through very easy, which was not very easy, through to easy, which was not easy, and then I played one on medium difficulty. I haven't tried the other medium one yet, and I certainly haven't moved on to any of the hard ones, but I thought we'd play a custom game. To play a custom game, we get things set up, so I'll show you the settings that we're playing on. We're playing in the city of Salmir, which means willow trees by a shallow lake. And when I looked, I just went for a random ruler and it came up with Title the Naughty, so I thought I'd adopt that one. So this is just the random settings it's given me, and I just changed the ruler name to Sal. And I haven't done this before. I'm playing with special locations on, which means that there's bad things like because we play on two levels, a local map and a world map, and in the world map there could be dragons or evil things that will come and get us. And all of these things that I've got switched on means that they're all the troubly things, all the things that are going to cause us trouble. And so we've got the difficulty setting up to 156%, which is quite more difficult than I've ever played. So I've just given myself a little bit of extra gold. We usually start at 75,000, but to help speed things up so I'm not waiting too long without much to do. Hello, Spotted Cow. I've just given us a bit of extra coinage to get going. So these are the settings, and to introduce you to Hearthlands, it's a bit like it's a build and destroy kind of thing. So we've got to build our city and get enough resources to build an army to in the first instance, so early game we'll be just looking to survive. And then in the mid-game, we'll be looking to clear the map of any dangerous creatures that are nearby and take control of our local environment. And then in the end game, we'll be looking to dominate the world. My kind of game. So, now to help save a bit of time, I've already got something set up. I did a few random starts until I found a good seed, because it can be a bit random with its locations of water. And again, because it's a fairly long game and I'd really like to get it finished so we can do it nice and fast and get it done in one go, so I picked us a good map, and I've just laid out my road network so that I don't spend a lot of time just counting squares. So let's jump in. Here we are. Okay, so this is our world. And we do have a number of bad things around us. So there is an abandoned mine that is haunted by ghosts, and I'm hoping they're going to be passive. There's another one over here. Well, they'll be passive until we attack them. I don't think they'll attack us. Down here is a haunted mansion. I've never come across one of those before. I'm not sure if that's going to get aggroed before we attack it. There's a goblin village down here. They shouldn't attack us at first, but they are going to try and steal our stuff. And we've got a warlock here.
And a Vladdy.
Hello, Vladdy. There's a wolf den. That's particularly worrying because wolves are tough and aggressive, and they probably won't wait until we're ready for them. What do we got here? The witch huts. Witches and warlocks generally mind their own business until we get too close. A graveyard. I'm hoping that if they get aggressive, they'll stay over there until we get too close and bother them. So this is the one that I'm most worried about, the haunted mansion, because I'm going to guess that that's got ghosts in it, and I'm hoping that they don't spawn before we're ready to deal with them. But yeah, so this is where our town's going to be. We need to fill it with some peasants and then like farm stuff and make things and then start building our forces up. So with no further ado, let's get some buildings in. Right, I think we'll start down this end. So we're going to need some houses. I'm just going to leave it on paused for the moment until we've got our first lot of infrastructure in, and then we'll get playing and we'll just carry on building the city from there. So we'll start off by putting in 16 houses, and the first thing these people are going to need is some medicine and some food. So down here we've got a few mushrooms, which is quite lucky. So I'm going to put a herbalist down here. I might just move them a little away from the ghosts, just so that they're not an immediate target. I'll put 2 in, but I only want one of them working to start with. And then we're going to need some storage. So we'll have the storage. We'll have storage for medicine and storage for logs. Let's see, so here we just want to accept medicine. And then here we just want to accept logs, but we'll keep that closed down for the moment. I'm gonna need a woodcutter to cut the logs for the medicine. Yeah, we'll need him straight away. And because we don't have much in the way, these mushrooms won't last long and those trees won't last long, so we're gonna need a couple of planters down here to plant some new resources for us. I can even move them over here a little. So we'll have someone just planting mushrooms over here. We'll need that straight away. We're going to need trees straight away as well.
On a side note, Bill also believes that this game is pretty similar to Banished.
Yeah, except for the combat element. So, and I'll show you who... I don't know this yet. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So these are our neighbours. There's a dragon's lair. Now, I have never fought a dragon. I have no idea how they behave. We've got a lot of people around us who don't like us. We're going to have to keep them sweet until we're strong enough to deal with them. There's a few people who do like us. They'll be the same... the same culture. We're Westerners. There's a goblin king. They'll probably leave us alone until we attack the goblins on the map. I'm hoping so anyway. That dragon's lair could attack us at any point though, because they're already in a mood with us. Okay, so anyway, that will make
Bill also
medicine.
was going to remind you that you as a cat have already fought a dragon, so you're lying to us.
Now, let's get set up here. So, down here, these guys are going to make medicine. And the storage... so every building needs workers. And the storage yards will bring the medicine to the apothecaries. And the apothecaries will distribute medicine. I've just put those on the wrong side of the road. Let me remove those. Yeah, they will distribute medicine to the people. If we don't have enough medicine, we will get plague. And I think, because we won't have enough people to start with to man everything, so I'm going to turn off 3 of them. One will keep us going, but we'll get the others in to start with. And we're going to need food, and to distribute food to the people and all of the other goods, we're going to need a peddler's tent. And let's see, now I don't want them to accept turnips because we're going to feed turnips to pigs. And I want to control when they get things, but I'm going to turn that one off. Just got it set up ready. And this one, no turnips. Nothing else either. Same here, no turnips, nothing else either. And this is going to be our active one at the start. Okay, so we're going to need some food for the people.
We also got a problem.
What?
Drills is way too early.
Oh, hello, Drills. We've only just started. What's going on?
Plus, the lack of Red Army disappoints him. On a side note, apparently I'm lacking enthusiasm.
It's a
which
bit
might
hot.
be explained through me having to prepare a thumbnail out of the blue.
I told you how long ago?
You were asleep. I didn't expect you to suddenly be awake.
Right. Here, I'm going to have a grower's cottage. And we're going to get these guys growing grain. We're going to need some scarecrows. And they'll need somewhere to drop the grain. So we'll put in another storage yard. And that storage yard can collect the grain.
Apparently I've had 4 hours to prepare this thumbnail, and I'd like to disagree. I've been spending the better part of those 4 hours trying to weasel out of this stream.
Now grain...
I'm not starting to clap now.
You don't have to be here, Mia.
It's too late, I'm already here.
Grain we will turn into bread, and to do that we will need a mill and a bakery. Oh, I built that wider than I meant to.
Why, it fits perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah, I only meant to leave one gap there. I've left 3. I wonder if I've done the same here as well. Yeah, never mind. It's not a problem.
Oh.
I thought it looked like it was a bit wide. So, in this... We want a storage yard for each of these things.
Can you not... Oh.
What?
You left a gap down there, though.
Yeah, I meant to leave it 10 wide, not 12. So, what I'm going to do is we'll have bread here. And So for the baker to make bread, he's going to need flour, logs, water. So we'll have him drop the bread there. Well, the mill will make the flour, so we'll allow flour there. But just because we won't have the workers, I'm going to turn those two off for the moment, and we'll just have everything share this one to start with. So we'll say that this one can have grain and flour and bread, just while we get ourselves going. So the mill just needs grain to produce flour, but we need logs and water as well as flour. So let's start with putting in the water. And now let's get a source of logs together. So up here is where I'm going to put my main forestry business. So we will...
Are they supposed to be not connected by a street?
Yeah. I'm going to have them connected by a storage yard.
Oh.
And so we'll have... I'll have 3 storage yards up here. We'll have one for logs, and then we'll have one for planks, and then we'll also have one for making furniture eventually. But again, we won't have these live until we've got enough people to man them. We just want our first villagers to man the absolute essentials. Planks and logs in this one. And then we'll put a woodcutter up here. So we need one woodcutter for each bakery to produce enough logs for each bakery. And then up here we're going to need another forester. The foresters are the only things that don't require a road. Let's put him back a little, I think. Just want you planting trees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for this being a lumberjack yard, there are remarkably few trees around there.
Yeah, it's enough to get us started. He's got enough trees there just to get him going while new trees grow. Now, this is not going to be enough for us for food, but it'll at least get us started. Because we also want the grain to feed chickens, because chickens will give us eggs and will give us feathers. And the feathers we can use to make arrows. So we'll get an aviary up and running for some chickens. And we'll do something like 5 chickens and a rooster. But we won't worry about them until we've got enough grain. Same with these guys actually. Until the grain is grown, they've got nothing to do. So we'll keep the workers focused on something else. I'm going to get the eggs and feathers brought down here. So we'll have eggs, feathers, and then we'll put the logs up there, because there's going to be a few things that want logs. So this one will have we'll use it for the eggs. But we'll allow it to take feathers at first as well. But then we'll have a separate one for feathers eventually.
But also is pointing out that you're really prepared and you're usually planning ahead, similar to your Banished series. And then there is the question about who cares about the Romanovs. Yuri all the way, which I personally don't understand. Who's Yuri, who's Romanov?
Alright, I'll just show you this. What I'm doing is And this is why we have separated this yard here from the actual lumberjacks. So I'm telling this storage yard here to actually go and get logs. Whereas this yard here is just accepting logs. That means there's a priority of that one over this one. And the haulers the haulers from this yard will only be able to get the logs from, because we'll end up with a lot of lumberjacks, and they'll focus getting the logs into this yard, and then they'll carry multiple logs at a time. And because they're walking quite a distance, that works quite nicely to do it that way around. Okay, so that gives us enough stuff to get the aviary up and running. Then we're gonna need so feathers will provide us with arrows, but we're gonna need leather for our archers, and I've just done that one short. There we go. So we'll have pigs here. We'll need a pigstry. Let's put that over this side. Now, he's got nothing to feed his pigs, he needs turnips. So while we get our hands on turnips, we'll have him switched off. We're going to want the pig leather to make some wurst. So we'll have the wurst drop there. We'll want the leather and we'll want meat. So let's spread them out like that. So this one shall be for meat. This one shall be for leather. And this one shall be for wurst.
Wurst.
We'll allow it to do leather and meat in the first instance though. But because they're not going to have anything to do at the start, we'll let them switch off as well. In fact, what are those guys doing? They won't have... yeah, they'll have nothing to do at the start. But we want grain. Yeah, grain. So we'll leave those switched on. So turnips. We need to feed our pigs some turnips. So that is in farming. We'll have another grower's lodge. But we'll tell these growers lodge, just focus on your turnips. And again, they will need some scarecrows to keep the crows off the food.
Didn't you just lose all the mushrooms that were there?
Yeah, but we're not going to have a herbalist up here anyway, so those mushrooms won't get used up here. We'll let him kick off straight away because we'll need those turnips growing to feed the pigs before we can get any meat from the pigs. So the pig meat, we will use a smokehouse to make wurst. So let's put a smokehouse in. We'll put it down this end. And the smokehouse just needs logs and meat. But we'll close him down because he's not going to have anything to do until we've got that up and running. Let's see now, is there anything else we need to get going at the start? It would be handy if we got our other growers set up so that their materials, their farms can get going. So we're going to need an alcohol industry because people need to drink. And to do that, we're going to need an oast house.
What's oasting?
Oast is they take hops and they
of course
roast them basically, and turn, and then we can use dried hops to make beer. So gonna put, I think we tempted to expand, but that's going to get in our way. So I think we'll put it over here. We'll get an oast house going. We'll get him going straight away. Let's just hide that so I can get the corner. There he is. Just taking 3 back from the top in case I want to put extra ones at the top. So he can start farming those straight away. And we will need some storage for him as well. So we're going to want storage for the beer and storage for the hops. So we'll just have beer here. There it is. But that'll be a while. And here we shall have hops.
On a side note, say hello to Giles Price.
Hello, Giles. Where in the world are you today?
And Belle also asks in the meantime how long you're planning on streaming this. The entire night, he assumes?
Don't know, we'll see how it goes. We'll be able to run it quite quick because I'm setting up quite a lot to start with. We'll want a beer brewery to do something with those hops. So we'll set one of those up there. Now he's also going to need logs, grain and water. And he's not going to have any of those for a while, so we'll close him down. But we'll give him some water.
Spider-Man's confused. Did somebody say beer?
And then our last little industry to set up is the clothing industry. Because we'll need clothes to keep our people happy. So that we can get more people into the village.
I appreciate that we went from food to getting drunk and then back to clothes.
So let's put the farm plot in first. That'll be easy. 1, 2, 3. And we want that to be 10 by 10. Growers Lodge. Just growing cotton.
Isn't that a bit close to the ghosts?
I'm hoping they are going to remain passive. I have played one of the campaign games on Medium and the ghosts on the map, or the mine ghosts, were passive. At least for a while. It might end up being a very short game, because if we get attacked by somebody before we're ready to defend ourselves, and it takes a long time to get into a defensive position, then they just swarm the village and they keep on going until they're dead, until everyone's dead and we lose the game. So, and there's no way to recover if you don't withstand an attack. Yeah, so we'll see. Now, storage. We're gonna want 3 storage here. So we'll want 1 for clothes, 1 for textiles, and 1 for cotton.
Didn't you mean to leave a gap between those two?
Ah, it doesn't matter. We don't need water down here. I was leaving gaps for the wells. So I'm gonna close down cotton for the moment, and this one's gonna be for textiles, and I'm gonna close that for the moment. And then this one is gonna be excuse me, this one is gonna be for cotton and textiles and clothes.
Poor Giles. According to him, beer is considered contraband on an aircraft.
What a shame. Oops.
She's already going on a rampage here.
And I've got a drink next to me, but it was stuck to the coaster. Now with that cotton, we are going to set up a weaver's shop. And let's see, we'll have the weavers on that side of the road, I think. And a clothier's shop, we'll have that this side. But yeah, they're not going to have anything to do to get us started, so we'll switch those guys off. So we should just have enough storage for the raw resources that we're making at the start. So as soon as we start seeing these things starting to gather stuff, that's when we can kick off the industry. Up here, yep, we've got those guys going.
And because you're not allowed to drink on an airplane, Vlunny usually prefers to travel by sea. While Charles Price, on the other hand, doesn't drink at all.
Ah, me neither. Right.
I do drink water occasionally.
Let's get going.
Orsabelle also wants to know how drunk you already are.
Oh, I'm not at all. I haven't had anything to drink today. Well, yeah, I'm into hot chocolate at the moment, but I like letting it go cold. Now let's see, here's the peasants coming. So this is our villagers, and they've walked in off the map. They're going to come...
Can we name them?
No, unfortunately not.
Can we name anything?
They already have names.
Can we name something else?
No, unfortunately not. Be good if we could. So, Witty the immigrant is searching for a new home.
Your Majesty?
So is Villain the immigrant. I'm a bit worried about him. Who's this?
Your Majesty?
Well, Villain. We know that, because one thing we know that we're going to have burglars and things amongst our population, and I'm suspicious of this guy already.
So
Bent
you're just
Lynn.
Discriminating people because of their name. I
Indeed.
see how it is.
Bent Lynn, the immigrant, searching for a new home. Who else we got?
Your
Charles
Majesty?
Price says this looks kind of
Shelley.
like a Windows 95 game. I think that was the design philosophy they went
Maybe.
for. But I commended the game for how well they adapted that classic UI to something more modern and more minimalistic.
Alright people, you've built your house, now get to work. So we can afford to speed it up just a little at this point.
How is it already February?
Time ticks by quite quickly.
They took a month to waddle from the corner of the map over to
They've
here.
walked in from lands far, far away to get here. Right, we'll start seeing people. There we go. So people are going out and getting jobs.
How are they getting to the lumber place if they have no streets in there?
It's only the haulers who actually need streets. Oh,
Right.
look, so, right, good. So our woodcutters have already started producing logs. That's a good thing. Must tell this guy
Charles Price has an
grain.
important question for you.
Yep,
Chicken or pasta?
pasta.
There you go.
Don't like chicken.
And
Okay.
but also prefers Banished over this game so far.
So this is, I mean, I do like Banished. And Banished is, yeah, there's things about Banished that are better than this game. But then there's...
Banished doesn't have witches or ghosts living right next to you, being very frantic about their movement.
What this has got, which particularly... It's because I've got it on high speed. If I turn it down, they're not quite so frantic.
Oh, they still look quite disoriented and
What
frantic.
is what this game's got over other games is the diplomacy. The diplomacy is quite a significant part of the game, not something you can ignore, and quite challenging. So, and I haven't played a random map game like this yet on medium level, so I don't know if we'll survive or how long we'll survive. And victory's certainly not a given. Right, what I'm looking for now is our apothecary here. I just want to make sure that there is enough medicine to go round before I start bringing in some more people, because we're nowhere near having enough workers. Now, to help get things going, because this just cannot wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. About there. We're going to have a marketplace, and the market allows us to trade with our neighbours so that we can buy in some of the essential things, because we're going to need food. Let's get some food and medicine to get us going. And who are we buying this from? They don't like us. They like us. They don't like us. They're ambivalent. Let's get some logs from the ambivalent guys. When you trade with people, it improves your standing with them. So they're far less likely to attack us if they're trading with us. And is there anything we can... Well, we haven't got anything to sell yet, but we will attempt to sell stuff as soon as we can. Okay.
Apparently the chicken of the Emirates airline hates Charles Price. Why is that? Did it try to peck you? That would be slightly concerning.
Okay, so there is a... What makes this game quite streamable is that there are a few sort of sit back and wait for things to build up type moments.
What's going on with the street up there?
Which streets? These streets?
No, the slightly off-coloured streets.
These streets are upgraded because peddlers add to the... they have a positive effect. So if we have a look at the appeal of the area, these things are adding to the appeal of the area. Apothecaries are neutral. Ghosts have a strongly negative appeal. People don't want to live near ghosts.
I wonder why. That dude who was picking up mushrooms next to them seemed pretty chill about it.
They don't mind working near them, they just don't like to live near them. Right, good. So we're seeing food getting around now, and he's got medicine. That means we can start bringing in some more people. And we really need to, because it's August already. So let's... And as time ticks on, it becomes more and more likely that something is either going to attack us or someone will attack us. Right, switch off the appeal again. Let's see, so the bread that we've got there is coming from the marketplace. Okay, we're starting to see grain, so let's get the aviary. Oh, and I forgot to give these guys a storage yard for the turnips. So we just want turnips there. Okay, we've got turnips, that means we can start with the pigs. We've got some cotton growing, that means we can start with the weaver.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Alright, let's see... Where was that goblin? Oh, here he is. Alright, we don't want him to take that bread. Have we got enough logs to put in some defences? I think we have. So let's put in... That tower might be too far away. Oh, no it wasn't. Good. Okay, so we're still short on food. But the food will get there. These are the merchants who are bringing in the stuff that we're buying. Okay, we've got some textiles, so we can now start up the clothier shop. We're not going to need clothes for ages, so can we sell any clothes? Yes, we can. They like us, but not by much, so it will be good to do some trade with them. And it'll bring in cash, which is pretty urgently needed to cover all of our trade expenses. Right, we're going to need more grain because at the moment everything we're growing is just going to the chickens. So we'll get him just on grain. So the pigstry at the moment is feeding the turnips to the pigs, and we're waiting for the pigs to grow up and grow fat so that they'll grow some... they'll produce meat for our smokery. So, what's going on in chat?
Not much. They have some drug references. They're having mother-father issues about said drugs. And apparently I need some drugs to stay alive.
Right, I am gonna put in some storage yards here to make it easier to get the food to the people. Now that we've started getting a bit more population and we can afford to. We'll have roast on this one, and these will all be get. And we'll...
You should have switched the game to German to entertain the people.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't understand it.
Oh, you've played it for 66 hours. You should know it by heart now.
Fish, cheese and bread on that one.
Fish, Käse und Brot.
Brot.
Bound das Brot.
Medicine, we'll have a storage yard to collect medicine. And it'll just bring everything closer to the people. And we want to start getting alcohol in as well. So in this one we'll just collect any alcohol that you can get. We only make beer, but we can get alcohol from our neighbours as well. So not enough workers, we need to start upgrading. How are you guys doing? Are you managing to keep people in food? Barely, so we probably need to open up another peddler's tent. Let's open up this one up here. Yeah.
Quick troubleshooting thing. Apparently these streams used to be viewable on YouTube Gaming, but not anymore.
Oh.
Any idea why? I wasn't aware that we could be viewed on YouTube Gaming, because frankly I don't use it personally, and was not supporting it. And I have no idea why it would stop now. I haven't changed anything. Also, Giles Price wants to know if you can build new roads, or if these are just all set in stone.
No, I just laid these out first because it takes me an hour to decide where I want all my things. So
it literally did.
It literally did take me an hour to lay out these roads. And yeah, we can add new roads, and we'll need to as well. I just put in my main infrastructure so that I didn't... Because it takes a long time of counting to get everything set up. Now, if we're gonna... Now that we've got some new... guys there, we want to make sure that they just focus on their own things. So I'm putting in roadblocks. That'll keep the peddlers and the apothecarists just to their own side. Okay, but that should have doubled our distribution now. Good, and we're actually, yeah, because we've got medicine coming in from our traders, so we're good there. We should be able to set up another community over here. Oh. These guys like us.
You should read their name, just because they sound funny.
Granling the Conservative of Blenhope.
Thank you.
Says, hello, good neighbour. We've started a new project and we could really use some help with resources. Could you spare us 16 loads of hops? We can wait 8 months for it. We've got 5, but we're using them for our beer. At the moment, we've got a positive influence with them of 30. We'll lose almost half of that if we decline. I think what we'll do is, I wonder if we can actually even do that. I think we'll, 8 months, I'm going to turn the speed down now. We'll accept it and then we'll switch our brewery off. We'll get in another oast house.
Giles Price did go for pasta. And if you really only like YouTube gaming more because of the larger window while chat being still visible, try Twitch instead. I mean, only if it's bothering you that much.
Right, I'm going to start up another community over here. I'm just going to pause it so that we don't get a load of starts and stops in the game, because I don't think it likes it when I do that to it. So we'll need apothecaries at each, and we'll start with this corner here, I think. So we'll switch these off. And then peddlers' tents.
That's a lot of peddlers.
Yeah, but again, we're not gonna have everybody live to start with.
So what's the end goal we have here?
World domination.
World domination. Escalated a bit quickly, but right.
Right. So those guys now are going to go stock themselves up with medicine and food and stuff. And we'll just get some peasants making their way over here. Turn the speed up. How's our industry doing? We're looking okay for wood at the moment, but that's going to run short really quick. We need to keep an eye on that. Still not getting much grain. Can we buy grain? No, but we could buy flour. Yeah. Okay, we'll get some flour in, and then as soon as we see some flour arrive, we'll turn on the bakery and we'll start making our own bread. We could also buy pumpkins. Let's have a look. The pigs are not producing meat because we haven't got enough pumpkins. So let's buy in some pumpkins, turnips, because they haven't been fed enough to produce even one lot of meat yet. Starting to look fat though. They have.
Charles Price is ringing the doorbell, but I'm not sure why. Or did you just have a ding ding noise in game?
What?
Did you have a ding ding noise in game?
Not that I noticed.
Alright, in that case, Charles Price is ringing the doorbell.
We'll steer the hungry of Auchterstedt. Accept our lavish gift of 8 loads of clothes, ruler. Good neighbours should help each other. Yeah, so they're friends. We say thanks, and we accept it.
Apparently that noise was game, and he doesn't know what it means.
Oh, ding ding. Can't Whether it means someone's moved in, moved out, upgraded, house built. There is a... Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. There is a noise that means something, but I can't remember what. We're selling clothes, so we'll sell all of those clothes that we've just been given. Okay, we've got meat. Let's switch on the smokehouse. Haha, right, my lady, the shipment of 16 loads of hops is ready. Shall I order it to be dispatched to Blenhope? Yes, please do. And Granling, the Conservative of Blenhope, says, thank you for the shipment of 16 loads of hops, ruler. We will see if we can pay you back. If we can pay you back. That would be great. Right, let's switch our brewery back on. And we need a storage yard to accept eggs and feathers.
Belos is getting a bit confused over the fact that when I pointed out the ding ding noise and you said you couldn't remember, it literally just happened seconds before.
Right, we have flour now coming in from the market, so... Yeah, there it is. That ding ding. Yeah, I'm not sure what it relates to. It's indicated something's happened, but I can't remember what.
Probably tells you that you're a goldfish.
We're starting to get extra grain, so I'm going to turn the mill on.
Holy hell, one of them has got a chariot.
That's the merchants.
Jeesh.
Let's get some more people.
They're riding a high horse there. So, what about that empty space in the middle?
You see, at the moment, when these people moved in, you got little sheds for them to live in.
Yeah.
Once they're given food, it levels up to a hut. Well, there's all kinds of things that they need to level up. And one of the things that they need is a pretty neighbourhood. So this gap in the middle we'll use to beautify it. Right, how are we doing on cash? Pretty poorly. Let's have a look at, well, let's let all these people move in. Yeah, so this is a shed, level 1. We've got tons and tons of feathers. Can we sell feathers? Yes, and we can sell leather. We're not using leather yet. I'd really like to, but we can't start our military until we've got enough money to support them. If you have soldiers and you can't afford to pay them, they will rebel and start a coup.
Yeah, that sounds uncomfortable.
And that's game over.
Jad's Price wants to know, is there some sort of technology thing, so when you advance you get more futuristic?
Yes. Not more futuristic, but more powerful.
More magical,
There's lots of, there's magic and fame and lore. Okay, let's see. Raishal, the Fair of Nanthau, says, we demand your contribution to one of our ambitious projects. You must provide us with 16 loads of beer. Declining may lead to a military conflict. You must dispatch the goods within 8 months. Yeah, we have a very negative... Anything that's over -30 means that they will attack as soon as they feel like.
Yeah.
So I think we'll have to accept, and then we will... Thing is that we've already spent a year building up 9 barrels, although we did give a lot of hops away. Right, what I'm going to do is turn off the mill so that the grain can be used purely for brewing beer.
Priorities, everybody.
Indeed.
Don't need bread, but beers. Where's hat?
And I'm going to get another grower's lodge going.
Jules has a question.
Yeah?
So that ambitious project they're having, why do they need 16 loads of beer for that? What is this? What?
I am guessing it's for their workers.
This is not the funny thing we're trying to envision here, but right. It's a silly question. There's merchants that keep whizzing by.
Yeah.
Do they just waddle around in your city, or do they leave the map eventually?
No, they just come in, drop off, go back again. They're either bringing goods or selling goods.
They're walking to the edge of the map, right?
Yeah. They are.
Don't they need roads for that?
No, they follow roads if they're there. But otherwise they don't.
Giles Price thinks that drunk workers might not be the best.
Right, let's just have a look. Now we've got all of these people here, let's have a look at what we actually need. Right, our treasury. So we're losing 23,000 and we've got 1 year to turn that around now. And it's because of our trade. We have spent a fair bit on construction. Food. We're producing 195, so we're producing just a little more, only just under, sorry, what we need. That means we can switch off quite a lot of our more expensive trade routes. So let's stop buying bread, and we'll stop buying Wurst. But apples are really cheap, so we'll buy those. They're also not particularly good.
Can I interrupt you with a conundrum?
Yeah.
Stracciatella or mystery flavour, which could probably be Smurf?
Well, anything with Smurf in the name's got to be good.
Alright, so mystery flavour, but also go for that. Hopefully you get proper ice cream. Like hazelnut or vanilla, which are the only proper ice creams that exist.
Don't want turnips there, what am I doing? We don't want turnips there, no. Yeah, turnips belong up by the pigs.
And apparently a drunk mayor is better than drunk workers, which I don't know about. I don't think I have been drunk before. Minus that one incident where I was puking my guts out as a 6-year-old.
Okay, right, so we've sorted out...
Sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
What happened?
A plague has struck.
That early on, that's good.
Yeah, so our people are not getting enough medicine. Okay, that means we need to be produced. That was the next thing I was going to look at was how's our medicine going? Are we still buying medicine? Yes, we are. And how are we doing? We're producing 22, but we're consuming 45. We've just got enough, it's just not getting out to them fast enough. Let's see, that's because we've only got one apothecary and peddler up here, and there's just not enough. So let's open up 2 more.
You've got a few smelly households, which I assume are reeking of death.
Exactly. So our population will be dropping at the moment as people die, unless the apothecaries can get out there fast enough. But yeah, we need to... So, milady, we only have 4 months left to fulfill a request of 16 loads of beer from Nanthau. And how much do we have? Actually, I think so. 14. Ah, okay, we'll do it in time then.
Nice. Apparently Giles Price wants me to explain that story, which I'm pretty sure I've told several times already.
You've told several times over the last few years, but not necessarily on stream. And who's this? Granling the Conservative of Blenhope says, please accept our friendly gift of £3,200. Fellow ruler, let our realms prosper together. Oh, he really likes us. I think we've been trading with him.
Yeah, you have. Short version of it is 1999, Sylvester or New Year's Eve, and my aunt decided, half drunkenly, it would be a good idea to give the 5-year-old a bit of champagne to celebrate the new year along with everybody else, like a proper person. I did drink champagne, didn't really feel nice, and after that I decided, yeah, that goes out again along with everything else I've eaten so far. Everything between I was born and this point in time. That's how sick I felt, and ever since then I didn't really touch alcohol anymore after that. Words.
Chancellor says, "Milady, the shipment of 16 loads of beer is ready. Shall I order it to be dispatched to Nanthau?" Yes, dispatch. That'll be great. They now like us.
Look how smug he looks. I don't like him.
Don't worry, we will take his lands. We will
Also, I don't
repay
understand
that
why
threat.
you're Chancellor while everybody else is King and Queen.
No, that was my Chancellor talking to me.
Oh!
Right, we are overloaded with feathers. So let's open up this one and take the feathers off that one. So no longer accept feathers.
No, that's not me.
Anyone else buying feathers yet? No. Oh, but someone else is buying clothes. Okay. Buy clothes. What about leather? We need to sell some of that leather. Is anyone else buying leather? No. Time is moving on. What would be a good idea is to look at who's particularly... Right, so Cheapdow. They're feeling particularly animositous. Is that even a word? Can we send them a gift? Oh, we can. Let's send them a gift of leather. That'll make them feel better about us.
Are you sure I wouldn't feel better if somebody randomly just chipped leather to me?
Hussetta the Vile of Cheapdow says, "We accept your unexpected gift of 8 loads of leather, neighbour. Perhaps we should arrange our diplomatic relations."
They misspelled neighbour.
And we say, "Of course you do." That has opened up a new trade route. Anything we can sell? Not yet. Okay, back to the world map. Right, that has cheered them up somewhat. What about these other people who are negative? Street Chester. Can we send you a gift of anything we don't want? Bread, coins. No, we kind of want all of that. Tarnminster. We can... Yes, this will actually put us into the positive with Tarnminster if we send them some of our spare leather. So yeah, take some leather.
I've got an unreasonable amount of leather just lying around.
Yeah, exactly.
On a side note, remember that ice cream thing? It resulted in Black Forest Cherry.
Ooh, nice. Tylinger the Tiny of Tarnminster says, we accept your unexpected gift of 8 loads of leather, neighbour. Perhaps we should arrange our diplomatic relations. Of course you do. New trade route. Leather.
Sounds so passive-aggressive of you.
They'll actually buy leather from us now. That's pretty good, actually. That was a good move. Logs are starting to look low. Let's get another choppy. Let's find somewhere where I can put him where there isn't already a... Nope, saplings have been planted everywhere.
Apparently Giles Price wants me to say Schwarzwälder Kirsch, which is Black Forest Cherry. So there you go.
Right, let me just turn this... Let's have a look first and see how's our situation. Right, well, our debts are coming down, our losses are coming down, that's good. Food, we're now producing enough, so we don't need to buy any expensive food. Let's just check that we're not. I'll keep the apples coming in because they are really cheap and it helps keep, keeps these two. I mean, Nanthau's the guy who hated us and demanded the beer, and now he's quite happy with us now. Keeping trading with him will keep a good impression. Alright, so we can afford to grow a little bit according to food. Medicine. We are still not producing anywhere near enough medicine. Let's check that out. How about you? Not enough mushrooms. What? What about you? You've been running fine. There's loads of mushrooms. It must have just been that they've only just grown, I guess. Right, I am gonna give this guy somewhere to store his logs so that we can set up another
Have you played
herbalist.
Settlers?
No, I haven't.
The spotted cow is reminded of that game by this one here.
Okay. Right, that should give us what we need. Actually, we probably need another one. Alright. That'll definitely give us enough medicine to allow us to grow. And how are we doing with alcohol? We're producing 90, and that's quite a lot. So let's start allowing some of our people to drink. Let's just start with one. Just want to keep an eye on these logs because they're dropping quickly now. We're going to need some more lumber camps quite quickly. Yeah, I'll take down that tree there. And we'll take one down there. Okay, we've got lots and lots of hops, so that means that we can up the scale of our brewery industry. Can we buy in any more logs off anyone? No. Let's see, we've got unemployment at 8%, so we can afford to start increasing our industry a bit. And did I notice someone was selling wool? Wool and cotton. They really like us. They like us a bit. I think we'll bring in the wool.
I remember the Settlers have played the 4th game out of the series. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm going to put in another weaver's cottage, and I'm going to put in a pillow maker. And then down here, I want another 2 storage facilities. This one for pillows, and this one for boots. Let's see, now we're selling all the leather that we're making, so I don't need to worry about that. But all these feathers are a problem, because they will, if the aviary can't get rid of its feathers, then it'll stop producing eggs. Taxes not collected. Ah, that was what the ding was. It was a notification. Now we did say, didn't we, that they can have alcohol. Wasn't it here? I thought I said somewhere someone could have alcohol. Was it down here? Oh no, it was up there. Okay. Was it this one? I thought I said someone can have alcohol. Well, let's make it these people. So that'll cause these guys to upgrade. At which point it'll be worth taxing them.
They've been living for free the entire time.
Yeah, we haven't been charged them any taxes.
Oh.
It's been a tax-free environment.
Sheesh, of course your country has been failing so far.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Turnips? Oh, let's go see. I'm not really that bothered about him robbing turnips, to be honest. Turnips are cheap to buy, and if that's what he's going to steal, I'm not that fussed. Ah! Husama, the optimistic of Inigil, says, "Hello neighbour, we require your assistance in one of our projects. We have a shortage of 8 loads of hops. May we expect you to make the contribution? You have 6 months to comply." They like us a bit. It would certainly be... we'd lose half that influence with them. And yes, I think we can afford that. So, my Chancellor says, "My lady, the shipment of 8 loads of hops is ready. Shall I order it to be dispatched to Inigil?" Yes.
It's confusing me how all these women look kind of the same.
You sourpuss, mate.
Fine, okay. If you want me to be a sourpuss, then
No,
please
I said
read
you
this,
are a sourpuss.
Please read this German saying that Belosa just posted.
Or to paraphrase a German saying, it's around the corner of my screen.
Oh.
Es wird das Proletariat ohne Bierchen rabiat.
There you go. Would you like to try and translate that too?
No, I'm trying to play a game.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll
You
stop.
can translate that for me.
Ah, fine. The working people will get upset without beer.
Yes. Okay. Now, how are we doing? Did I... Yes, I did. So I've got 2 lots of peddlers.
I know you're trying to
Sorry to
play a
interrupt
game
you,
there,
Your
but I'd
Majesty.
like to interrupt you again so you can say hi to Potato.
Hello, Potato. It's alright, my Chancellor's just interrupted me to say apparently peasants think they can do anything these days, my lady. A bag of 1,967 gold has just been stolen by some burglar right from our town hall. We should build more constabularies or put those peasants to work. Basically, we've got high unemployment, so that means that our unemployed people turn to crime.
That's a lot of money they stole.
It is. We can't really afford it. Ah, it's okay. That tower's caught him. It's quite a strict punishment for stealing in our place. But it is actually worth taxing these people now. So we'll put a tax office in there, and a constabulary in there, and bollocks. Misplaced. Constabulary in there and there. How are we doing? So we've got a worker shortage, so actually I'm gonna turn these guys. I'll maybe leave the tax office open. So how are we doing for stuff? Right, our losses are still falling, that's good. Food, we are producing more than we need, and we're buying in those apples. Alcohol, we're producing plenty of. That's good. And medicine, we're still not quite producing enough. So we need to up our production of medicine. Let's just take this road out a bit more. I didn't want to get too close to those ghosts. So we're going to have to deal with them.
Potato was planning to drop off some resumes today, but your stream is 100% more important, apparently.
Right, I am going to upgrade these guys, I think. We'll let these guys have alcohol as well. So we'll accept alcohol into this side. which means that we can then tax them as well. We'll shut down the tax office. We really don't need that many tax officers around here, or constabularies. But we'll just have them ready to go. As you can see already, the peddlers are struggling to get quite so much stuff. Rachel Affair of Nanthau says, hello neighbour, we require your assistance in one of our projects. We have a shortage of 8 loads of beer. May I expect you to make the contribution? We have 6 months to comply. Yeah, we've got that. You can have it. And that will make him happy with us.
May ask for a lot of free beer.
They do. They're risking their reputation with us because they know that every time they ask us that it makes them less likely to attack us and us more likely to attack them.
Does he know that?
Oh yeah. Right, I'm gonna start opening up another peddler and apothecary here, and we'll get that constabulary going. Let's see, now we have a worker shortage now, so yes, we do need to start upgrading. And let's get these guys some beer. And we'll start taxing them too. Beer for everybody. Let's check the demand on that. Yeah, because we're making loads. So we shouldn't have a problem. But because that'll bring more people into the city, it does mean that we need to watch our food and medicine and make sure that we can feed and medicate all of the new people. Constabularies. But this upgrade will bring in the new people to cover the worker shortage. How are we doing for goods in general? Got a lot of bread. Mind you, we might use that quite soon. Let's just see if we can sell some bread to somebody. We could. We've got Tarnminster and Streetchester. I think we'll sell some to Tarnminster. We'll say if we've got more than 32 in stock, then sell it. And how much have we got? We've got 50. Husetta the Vial of Cheapdow is saying, we demand your contribution to one of our ambitious projects. They want 1,600. Yeah, they're on the verge of military conflict as it is. If we decline, it would take them into it. If we accept, it will give us quite a significant opinion bonus. Good, good. Yeah, we can afford that. Rather that than take our goods, to be honest. Alright, we've got more people now. How are we doing? Worker shortage is almost dealt with. Let's open up the other peddlers and apothecaries up here. And tax officers and constabularies. But what I need to do now is to make sure they all stay in their designated areas, is to delete the road that's connecting them. Oops. Bit too much road there. And then the same down here. Because otherwise they run around and two peddlers will target one house and it's very inefficient. So if you have them dedicated to their own little area, that works just fine. So these people now, these are shacks and they won't upgrade until they get furniture. I'm going to do the same down here. We seriously need to start bringing in some money so we can start building a military. It's starting to get quite urgent. Oh yeah, that's right. Some of these are still not accepting alcohol. Right, I'll let those charge up, fill themselves up while I check here. Yes, accept alcohol now. And we'll tell all of these guys they can accept alcohol. It's definitely time we started thinking about our military. So, where shall we expand militarily? Could go over there, but then a lot of the resources we need are over here. Maybe we'll go up this corner. Alright. So to start with, we'll have a Fletcher. And we're going to need an armourer. And I think what I'll demolish this road here. And we'll put the road up there instead. Now we're also going to need eventually a weaponsmith. We might as well put him here too. But we'll close him down until we need him. Yep. And then we'll get an archers up and running. And then, at least we've got something that can fire back. Alright, but let's see if there's anything we can sell or stop buying. I'm looking forward to not buying medicine. It'd be good to sell some stuff. I don't want to sell hops because it's not a good use of resources to sell your sort of primary stuff unless you've got too much of it. But we could sell some additional beer. Especially if, like, we could sell it to Street Chester. That would... If we sold them some, it'd be a good thing. Leather... Probably need some of that leather now, so let's stop selling it to Kirkmere. Okay. How are we doing for people? Still got a big worker shortage. So we need to start making our own furniture so that we can upgrade again. And that's going to require a sawmill.
Wasn't that stone thing there also filled with ghosts?
No, that's just some stone that we can mine. In fact, let's just delete all of that. Alright, sawmill. And that means we need to open up the planks. We're going to need a sawmill to make bows and arrows. So we'll have another sawmill for a carpenter. And the carpenter will start to make furniture. gonna need another forester. We're probably going to need another choppy as well, but we're a bit short-staffed at the moment, so we'll wait until we see the logs starting to run down. But yeah, I'm glad these ghosts have remained neutral.
That also points out that this game is really reminiscent of Banished. Back then it was also just you blabbering on to yourself.
How are we doing for medicine? Right, we're producing as much as we're using, so I think I'll stop buying medicine because that's quite expensive.
Also, according to Giles Price, the guy in the middle seat thinks I am some kind of German midget in disguise. I don't know. I don't think anybody's sitting over there. And Potato wants to know how your day was so far.
It was fine. Sorry, I just took a drink and I'm drinking hot chocolate and I've just breathed in the dust.
That's what you get for not steering it properly.
Yeah.
My lord.
Oh, that was an archer.
Oh, so you're preparing for the war effort now.
Dean, now what we can do with that archer is tell him to come and pick up that gold there.
You need an archer for that?
You need any military force. No. There's more gold out here.
My lord.
Just gotta watch that we don't get too close to anything with the with any unit, because sometimes.
I'm here, my lord.
Ah, who's this? Grunling, the Conservative of Blenhope, says, accept our lavish gift of 8 loads of textiles, ruler. Good neighbours should help each other. Thanks. Yes, we shall accept that.
I think I understand now who the guy in the middle seat is. He's on an airplane.
Oh, pillows. Can we sell pillows to anyone?
So apparently he's sharing the stream with his neighbour.
We can sell pillows to Inigil. That's good. Okay. Have we got anything expensive we can sell? Stone, iron ore. Oh, no, stone's not going. Only iron. Okay.
Giles has a question. Those huts you scrolled by earlier, what are those?
The which?
The huts.
Oh, that's a goblin village. That's where the goblins are coming from that keep stealing from our stores. Who's this? Tylinger the Tiny of Tarnminster says, we demand your contribution. They want 8 loads of leather. And yeah, we can't say no to that unless we want war. We accept, and we'll stop selling the leather. Because actually we could probably do with some leather ourselves as well. We were selling it to Tarnminster. Right, grain is building up, so let's open the mill and let's stop buying flour. We need to start really keeping an eye on the finances to make sure that we can continue to pay the military. Speaking of which, you guys can go home now.
So how many archers do you need to take anything on?
About 4 squads.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Go to. We have a burglar. There he is.
You'll never catch me.
Channing's the burglar who is getting out of here. You're gonna walk past my tower, aren't you? No!
The archers after you.
I was rather hoping they would, but they're not gonna. but better than that, because this is not going to be the first time or the last time that we come across a burglar. They always take the same route out of town, so I'm going to prepare for that by putting in a couple of guard towers.
Surprise guard towers. There we go.
Yeah. And now we can get our archers to go pick it up.
Should we be careful with them? What if they come too close to the ghosts?
I'm here.
They should be okay unless they attack the ghosts.
What if they are too aggressive and suddenly attack the ghosts?
They don't do... Because the ghosts are passive, they won't engage. You can't control them if they see something aggressive, but... I'm a little bit worried about our lack of leather. We've still got 0 leather. Can we buy some leather in to pay off this woman? No, we can't. Let's open up the leather store. And let's close down the armourer. We might not be able to do this, and that could be quite bad for us. Oh no, it's done. Okay. Right, dispatch. Excellent. Right, we can open up the armourer again. How are we doing for workers? We've got a huge worker shortage, and we haven't got much furniture, and we need to bring it down here. So let's get in another storage thingy. And here we shall just have furniture, and we'll go get it. Just set these on get. Yes. 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 And yes.
Jarl's Price wants to know if you can do anything with water.
Yeah, you can with some of the cultures. So we can't as Westerners. The only thing we can do is build bridges over it. But the Northerners culture doesn't do doesn't do much farming, and fishes and hunts instead.
Do they have different kinds of food, or does every culture eat wurst?
No, they'll all eat it if they can get it, but not all cultures have wurst. Most of them do, it's the most common.
Oh jeez. The guy, Charles Price, is sitting next to us from Salford.
It's from Salford?
Mildly concerning.
I think I'm going to put in another pigstry. Let's get a few more pigs in as well. And now that we've got all of the feathers and things up and running, we can put in another aviary, but I think for the moment, let's see how we're doing on everything. Right, we're now in profit, which is good, because we need to keep our military paid. Food, we're not making as much as we're using, so we do need to up the food production. So I think we'll focus on Wurst for the moment. We'll have another one smokehouse. How much does that make? 24 loads per year. It's not a huge amount. We'll maybe get a bakery in as well.
Are there no cows in this game?
No.
Orders. Yes.
Just there is where that goblin dropped a bag of something. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, it was bread. Okay.
Yes.
So we got that bread back. No,
I'm
go.
sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Oh, goblins stolen turnips again. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Right, we've now got some furniture coming in, so let's start handing that furniture out to the people. And let's see if there's any cheap food to buy. No, only expensive food. In that case, let's get another pigstry going.
I'm here, my lord.
Because it'll help us with the leather as well. Okay, and how are we doing for medicine? Again, we're just short
here,
on medicine.
my lord.
Get another herbalist going. And not that. We want 6,000 gold.
No.
They're ambivalent. Gives us 67 opinion. Actually, that's a pretty good deal. That means they probably won't wage war with us, and they probably won't ask us for anything else until we've gone and defeated them.
I just thought they were going to ask you for more when that window popped up.
Yeah, how was someone giving us gifts instead? Right, medicine. Alcohol, we're doing fine with. Furniture, we're producing 15. So these guys have upgraded because they're getting furniture. They're now living in a hovel. But all they require to upgrade again is a pretty neighbourhood. So let's give them some trees.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Uh-oh. Okay. Chancellor says, "My lady, I am terribly sorry to interrupt you, but townspeople keep talking about the dead coming back from their graves near our city. Personally, I don't believe in such nonsense, but just out of curiosity, maybe we should go and check." If they are actively hostile, this might be game over for us. Let's see. No, I think they're just gonna defend. They're not gonna come and attack. We couldn't take these on at the moment. If they were close enough to us, like if those ghosts decided to attack now. Yeah, if we were a bit closer. Huh?
Can you zoom in on them?
The skeletons certainly can.
There we are. Weird little buggers.
Indeed. Probably a bit fuzzy on stream. Got little red eyes.
I'm here, my lord.
Bell also wants to know if your Chancellor's called Self and Filson.
I think I know the name of my Chancellor, but I can't remember.
Your Chancellor does have a name?
I think so. Right, let's see. We are...
Hold on.
What?
They've not been bothered by the ghosts that are swarming around the city ever since they lived here. But when a necromancer raises like 5 skeletons, it's getting confusing.
Right. I'm going to turn on furniture for these guys as well. And that's going to... It means that we'll have upgraded both houses then. So, level 5. So they're living in a cabin. Let's get these guys ready for a double upgrade. And then I can put some additional infrastructure in which will serve us well. We'll put in a library and a temple and a minstrel's guild. We just need to connect those with roads. And now these are going to start collecting magic and lore and fame. And that means we're going to, like with fame, we can start pacifying some of our neighbours.
Couldn't you have placed the flat house in the middle?
What flat house?
The house on the left. So it
That
kind of
one?
looks like those two dome buildings are surrounding the thing in the middle.
Yeah, could have done that.
Well, too late for that, I guess. Also, the spotted cow asks for IKEA. Giles Price wants to know if the upgraded houses will unlock you anything.
More people. Every time we upgrade, more people move in.
And more people unlocks what?
Well, that gives us more workers, which means that we can have things like librarians in the library to collect research points for us, which we can then spend on research to upgrade our military and our economy and stuff like that. So we're just getting into that phase now where we can start upgrading things.
There you go. Would you like to hear a terrible joke from Potato?
Sure, why not?
What, Sal, what's a butt favourite instrument? A toot bar.
I'm sorry, Mia. You're so quiet, murmuring that with your deadpan sourpuss voice. I didn't actually hear it.
Oh wow, rude. Sal!
Yes!
What's a butt favourite instrument? A toot bar! I feel disgusted saying that out loud. Thank you.
Still nothing to sell. Okay. Oh, we can sell some leather. Leather. Anyone buying leather? Yep. Got loads of meat, so let's get another smokehouse going. We've got loads of hops and nowhere to really store things. Let's open that up and we'll stop storing the beer there. That should be set up for beer, is it? Yes. We got loads of textiles, so let's get another clothier going so that we can have some clothes for the townspeople as well. Are we still buying wool? Yes, we are. We've upped the furniture production, so we might be able to afford to upgrade some more houses. Let's see how everything's doing. We're making a loss. We're making a loss roughly equivalent to our training budget though, so that's fine. Because this will increase the amount of tax that we collect. How are we doing on other stuff? Food, we're keeping up with demand. Alcohol. Medicine's still short. We look alright though, so I'm gonna go for it. We'll wait until it looks like stocks are running down before I put any more people in. Unless they've not got enough logs, that's their problem. So let's put another choppy down here. Right, furniture's looking low now, so I'll not upgrade anyone else just yet. And what I've noticed is, as we upgrade the houses, the people all change their clothes in accordance.
It's still not really easy to see on stream. That's all very tiny and smudgy.
Yeah.
Plus the art style of the people doesn't help, but I can see the clothing style and the colour, so it's a plus.
Like these guys are wearing a hat now.
Are you sure that's not just their hair? That they, you know, style a bit different?
See, some of the women are wearing purple dresses.
Yeah,
look
I
at that
can
guy
see
there
that.
in like a bowler hat.
I'm sorry to interrupt
Okay,
you, Your Majesty.
I can agree.
Like that guy's got no hat on. And it's because the peasants will all walk around each other's districts, so you can see that there's people of different social classes mixing together there.
Snow. We should keep the peasants separated.
Ah, right, we've got enough
I'm
fame.
sorry to interrupt you, Your Majesty.
Oh, that is really bad. This might actually be... I was just about to go and improve our relations. This might actually be the end.
Are they already attacking?
They are.
Oh no. How quickly can we gather some troops? Or
Well, because they're really close to us. They're going to be here in 3 months, and you've seen how fast 3 months passes.
Jesus. Can we ask our colleagues and neighbours for help?
They are level 19.
What are
We are level 7.
Good night, everybody. I guess it's the end of the stream. See us next week
Hang on,
when
they
we'll
are
carry on.
coming in from the north.
Just build a wall and tons of towers.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking, actually. Is we're not going to be able to get a decent military in that time, but we might be able to sort out some... What do these guys need? Whoa, look at that. They only need beer and clothes. Of which we have... Oh no, but we need stone to be able to build one of those. Let's get another archer then. And let's see what we can do by way of guard towers. I'm not sure where they will come in from, but I suspect 8 loads of leather. No, really sorry. But we're kind
We won't
of...
be around for long enough.
Yeah. I really don't expect to survive this attack. Don't think we've got much of a chance. I was just about to go and make a move to...
Can we aggravate the ghosts and send them to catch them? I doubt that. The game is not that in-depth.
Well,
Then
we
again,
can if the ghosts get shot, but the ghosts would equally attack either our military or our townspeople. They'll just
saying,
hit out
have
at anything.
one archer attack them, and then they chase him up in the corner, and then the other army arrives and has to deal with some ghosts. At the very least, you'll be weakening them. Alternatively, you'll be burning down your home with
Your
ghosts.
Majesty.
And Potato wanted to know, in relation to the people upgrading their clothing, does that mean at some point, at the very beginning, they were all naked?
Order.
They were all just wearing sacks.
There you go, sacks. You heard it here first.
Well, this will be the first game I've lost so far.
Yes, my lord.
On easy?
No,
Medium?
it's on medium.
I'm here,
Oh goodness,
my
of
lord.
course.
Orders?
Oh well, I guess that's where we're wrong.
To arms!
Oh, now I can bribe them to make him go away.
They won a lot for that.
Yeah, but we can't defeat them. And so bribery actually is the only chance we have.
What? Hold on. So you just paid the entire army about 14,000 gold.
Yeah.
And they go back. What do they tell their king?
My lord.
We defeated them. Ignore that they're still standing. Or no, we were defeated.
Yeah.
They had
Right.
spooky ghosts. We didn't dare.
This was exactly what I was about to do, was to go here and to use some of our fame that we are generating to increase people's opinion.
Ah.
So they're now less aggressive towards us. Can
On a
we
side
do
note,
another? No, we can't. Yeah.
Our YouTube gaming link is apparently working again.
Yeah.
So, hooray.
I'm here, my lord.
Wow, I've never had to bribe anybody before. But now I know how to. I've never had to, so didn't know how to.
So, what do we do if that happens again? I don't think you can bribe them every time.
Hopefully, well, the idea now is to keep them sweet long enough to be able to defeat them.
Ah, goodness. Say hello to Jim Hon, who's
Hello,
upset.
Jim.
He gets off work and finds out that you're streaming. How many streams do you have in one day? Well, this is our first. Spider-Man had another stream in which we were guest appearances, but that one doesn't count. Since we weren't streaming.
Low on turnips. Let's see if we can... We're buying all the turnips we can buy. So we're going to have to open up another grower.
I'm here, my lord.
Do we have clothes? Let's bring clothes down here.
What about that neighborhood in the left corner? Why doesn't that upgrade?
Because I haven't let them have furniture yet, because we're not producing enough furniture for all of them to have furniture. But which I've just put in an extra production facilities so that I can do just that.
Bell also says, you work in politics, don't you? But you've never had to bribe anyone until now? That seems questionable.
It's true. Actually, our governance arrangements make it rather difficult to bribe. There is the ability to favour, to do political favour. So you might improve the infrastructure of one district over another, just like here where I'm saying, right, I need to upgrade someone. Who will it be? And you might say, well, if someone needed to vote me in for mayor, who guarantees voting for me if I upgrade your district? Because I'm going to upgrade one district. Which district should it be? And to me, it doesn't matter which. It's all the same. And so you couldn't do it for money, but you can do it for political favour. They just call that negotiation. That's not considered bribery. So there isn't the same safeguards against it.
Well, seems there's room for improvement in regards to bribery. On a side note, here's Potato's impression of you. Shut up, take my gold, and get the fiddlesticks out of here. Also want to be friends, people who almost murdered me.
How much does it take? I didn't see. 132. Okay.
Jim Hon only wishes that his work schedule would match up better with Nidd standard time.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't it kinda match up with at least Anubis? The only guys you're really missing out on would be Boris, who are kinda streaming in the front time of your work, I assume? Or you're sleeping then, I'm not sure. Time zones are confusing. Also, according to Giles, if I wanted, he could swing it with someone to get you or me to ride in a leopard too. Leopard. Leopard. Leprechaun. Wow, I'm bad at this.
I'm here.
Sal, how do you call that cat thing?
What?
Cat thing that's spelled like this.
Leopard.
So I was right, it's a leopard.
Yes.
That sounds weird. It's got an O in there, why isn't it called leopard?
Pillows, we are short of feathers. Oh, we're selling all our feathers. Let's stop selling feathers and start focusing on selling pillows. Could really do with selling something else, but we haven't got that much spare bread.
I'm sure Sal would be up for a tank ride.
What? A tank ride? A ride in the tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be up for a ride in the tank.
Also, I appreciate that Giles worded it in a manner in which I can interpret that he's basically asking me if you're allowed to ride a tank. Like I have to give you permission to do so. Yeah, she may. But only if she's back by 8.
In time for stream.
Yeah. Oh, it's 2 o'clock where Jim is. Yeah, I guess Boris's stream time is more when you're asleep.
Alright, well we are not buying anything expensive.
Oh, he meant me because I'm German. No, I'm not the best driver. Or rather, I'm so good at driving that people tell me I drive like a maniac who is, you know, trying to have some kamikaze drive maneuvers every now and then. You don't want to see me on the motorway, that is basically a nightmare, but it's very efficient, even if I'm just driving a tiny, tiny car.
Mir is very space efficient. He doesn't believe in leaving much space between vehicles.
Yeah, that too. Plus, I like to change lanes digitally, so basically immediately.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Furniture might still be a problem there.
Though after I've driven in Britain, I've decided that I don't want to drive here anymore. It's horrible, everybody's driving on the wrong side and everybody keeps honking at me while Floyd driving towards me. It's very confusing, not very easy to deal with. And don't get me started on roundabouts. You have a problem with these.
Right, yeah, logs are becoming a problem.
Oh, ride on one. Well, where's the fun if I can't drive over something? Still, I think Sal's the better person to address in that.
Oh, I know where all our logs went. We built loads of towers just in case.
Oh right, the big log piles over there that archers shoot from. That's where the wood went.
Do I shoot the goblin? No, you can take the... Kinda need the logs for things at the moment. So without logs, we can't make sausage or beer or bread.
Your entire economy is falling apart.
Yeah, our entire economy is log-based.
Now that we're ghost-based.
Why we're not making any beer now is just because we haven't got any logs. That is mainly because I used all of our logs to build towers. I think we're recovering now. I think we're making more logs than we're using now.
The spotted cow wants you to kill them all, and I'd like to assure you, already happened. She's got several ghosts and undead on the map.
I think I will actually sell some hops. They like us, they like us. We'll sell some there. We'll say if we got more than 32, it's pointless having the guys doing nothing. We might as well sell spare stuff.
Giles Price wants to know if there's something similar to nuke in this game.
To what? A nuke?
A nuclear device, big explosive thing.
I haven't seen what the dragon does yet.
It would be silly if it just flies down and explodes.
Oh no! It
dragon
might send a big fireball our way. I have no idea.
Oh, our way? I thought we hire him.
Oh, we gotta go and attack him. I'd really like to do that before he attacks us, but I doubt that's gonna happen. I very much imagine that he's gonna attack us first. Alright, how's our economy holding up? We're losing a little. Military upkeep is greater than taxes. But we're making a bit of profit on the trade. We really need to up our taxes. What's going on here? Why are these people... Oh, that's why. Except furniture.
Belle also is a bit worried. Those ghosts up there look a bit agitated.
Yeah.
They have been the entire time. They're just very angry but passive ghosts. Also, according to him, the dragon might spit fire, or it might just poop nukes.
Right, I'm going to buy some cotton in so that I don't have to use my people to grow their own yet. And I'm going to put in another weaver and another clothier. Just did that the other way round to all the others, but not to worry.
Giles Price says, me and May sneeze nukes, and that relates to a long childhood dream I had of having a particle accelerator in my nose so I could sneeze people to death.
I have heard this before, I vouch for that.
Ah, thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna increase one of our areas and allow them clothing. Fancy clothing. We'll see if we can keep them stocked. Meanwhile, how are we doing over here?
Alternatively,
Furniture still... Yeah?
the spotted cow believes the dragon could also just try to talk you to death, like Smaug in The Hobbit. And oddly enough, Jim Hon has always been able to catch Boris's streams, and Anubis' streams should be more or less still within your time frame then, if you don't sleep at all. So it's just us that you're missing out on? Alright. It could be worse.
Right, let's increase furniture distribution. I've noticed that because we had no logs, our breweries haven't been working, so we've not been producing enough beer to meet the demand, and we're almost out. So I've ordered in some cider so that our people don't devolve.
Ooh, you should zoom in on the houses up there that just upgraded.
These are townhouses.
They're better, right?
Yes.
Lovely little things.
And the people who live in them will look a little bit posher than the other people around the place. And look, see, we've got some more peasants moving in. Ainser, the immigrants, searching for a new home. Okay, so that's more people and higher taxes.
Which means
More
more
money,
archers.
more archers. Yep, it's all about getting your defences. Now, are we... Right, we're making a little bit of profit. That means that I can increase my infrastructure.
Thank you. Ah, look at this. It already looks better. And according to Potato, people may fear dragons, but nothing could compare to the wrath of an angry Sal. Unless, of course, you have a dragon, which kind of looks a bit like a dinosaur. Sal's kind of famous. But I haven't told you that.
Boots. We need boot makers.
Your people have been barefoot.
Yeah, they're running around with wooden clogs on, I think.
Clogs!
We need a shoemaker to make boots.
Okay. And no, Jim Hon, I don't have an atom smasher in my nose, I just wish I did.
Alright, yeah, our logs look like they've recovered. Good, good. So the breweries are brewing again. How's our alcohol supply doing? Alright, I think we can switch off that trade in cider because it's terribly expensive. Furniture is looking okay. These people will upgrade again if we give them some pretty things. Ah, Granling the Conservative of Blenhope has given us 1600 gold. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right, furniture, yes.
So, are these a bunch of Dutch people? Because they're wearing clogs?
Clogs are what the English peasants used to wear as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what chat's been wondering, so you know now. And they know now too.
Right, we want storage for boots. I think we'll put them down here. Could we spare 8 loads of grain? Yeah, we can. Gonna turn off the mill. We'll turn off the aviary as well. We'll use all of our grain just for the brewery. It's probably about time we increased our grain production anyway.
Jim Hon wants to know what game exactly this is.
It's called Hearthlanders.
Hearthlanders? I thought it was Hearthlands.
Hearthland, that's right.
And what exactly is Hearthlands? What's the essence that you're playing here?
Well, a hearth is like the fireplace or the centre of your home. So it's like another way of saying homeland.
Didn't mean it literally. I mean, what sort of game mechanics make this game so nice?
It's an interesting take on the build and destroy. So we have a map on 2 levels. You've got your local map here, which has local enemies. Let's see. And then you have a world map where you're dealing with your neighbours. And the diplomacy is actually quite rich in this, and in fact I need to go there and do something about that. So here's all our neighbours, including a dragon.
Oh,
that's worrying me.
You can have relations with the dragon?
I don't
Could you
believe
impress
so.
him with your fame?
I don't know.
It's kind of greyed out.
Can I send him a gift? No, can't improve. No, the only thing I can do is attack him. He's automatically at war with us. We just don't know when he's going to attack. Right, I'm going to cheer these people up again before they decide they want to attack us again.
So basically, she has to keep good relations with everybody around her, otherwise they'll come and invade her, which has already happened once, and she had to bribe the entire enemy army to just leave.
Yeah, because we weren't ready for it.
She had like 4 towers, 5 archers, maybe.
I had almost 2 squads of archers. Well, no, I had 1 squad of archers, and I started like on a second, but there was no way we were going to be ready for that. Right, let's put in the infrastructure again.
And the spotted cow thinks that the dragon looks a bit dirty.
Yeah. I know there has been a request of the mods to of the devs to support the modding community too, particularly on the artwork, and so that they can produce better pictures. Because most people seem to be quite happy with the artwork at the sort of local map. It's just these
look a bit weird and out of place. It's one of the first things that came to me when I looked at it.
Right, we'll dispatch that grain.
Plus the male model and the female model look so different in style and quality.
Yeah. Actually, I'll let the grain build up a little bit first so that we don't run out of beer.
Jim Hon says...
8 loads of pillows. Thanks, I'll sell that to somebody.
So Jim Hon says it's a city building game. Kinda, but it's also got some Age of Empire attack elements. You can have your squads and troops and waddle around the map and, for example, take out the enemy witches that live down there in the corner somewhere.
And that's we're coming to the end of the early game now, and once we've built up our resources and our military enough, then we'll go on the rampage, which will hopefully be before too many of our neighbours go on the rampage.
On a side note, say hello to Muhammad.
Hello, Muhammad. Welcome to the stream.
That sounds so noobus of you.
So, Mohammed, I have noticed you on my YouTube channel, left comments on videos. So, but yeah, welcome to the stream, welcome to chat. Everybody say hello to Mohammed.
Now it sounds like we're some sort of anonymous help group. Hello, Mohammed. We should all say munition. We know that we have a problem with consuming cell streams. And admitting it is the first step to getting better.
Please excuse me. He's a little bit more of a sourpuss than usual today. The heat's getting to him. Can we sell boots to anyone?
Yeah, it's not exactly Age of Empires, Jim Hon. It does try to emulate it a bit, but it comes way too short in terms of tactics.
Yeah, the combat isn't as detailed. Like, the economy is way more detailed and the diplomacy is way more detailed. The combat is... you haven't got that same degree of control.
I'd like to say the economy comes closer to Anno 1602, which is basically the same as Age of Empires, just entirely on the sea. That was a nice game. And at this point, the kind of thing you don't want to get rid of the ghosts, we'll just keep them as a monument of the city.
I'm just nowhere near ready to attack them yet. That's what I'm just coming to have a look and see how's our economy doing, so we can afford more military now. I'm making 10,000 in tax, which is more than my military upkeep.
Shouldn't you let the money build up a bit, just in case?
Well, Mia, someone was just complaining about the fact that
I wasn't complaining about the ghosts. I was trying to put them under protection so they'll be a sign and wonder of this city. So people will come and see the very angry ghosts over there, which don't actually do anything.
We need more food. We need more alcohol. Medicine's okay. Furniture's okay. Clothes are okay.
And
Boots
I'm
are
sorry, I missed Potato's question in the barrage of other messages earlier on. He wants to know if you have ever had a crush on a fictional character before. Danger Mouse?
Danger Mouse, well, of course. Yeah,
Well, there you
yeah.
go.
Right, turn my
And people
mill
are
back
actually
on now.
saying hello to Mahalo.
Yeah, well, people do.
How nice.
Have you not noticed, Mia?
I have noticed, which is why I've just pointed it out.
No. I mean, when someone new joins the stream and I say, hey, everybody, welcome such and such a person.
They're
you
slow
should say
sometimes
yes.
on that. They don't do it with everybody. I haven't seen everybody say hello, Spotted Cow, today.
No, but I'm pretty sure that everybody said hello, Spotted Cow, when Spotted Cow first joined.
Oh, well, yeah, but doing it only once doesn't count.
Shoo.
Also, Jim Horn is asking why you're not playing Command & Conquer. You'd be surprised, but if we had, we've already been asked that question. For some odd reason.
We're now starting to make enough fame that I can pacify the neighbours for a little while. That won't help with Dragon.
How are you making fame?
That's these things here. So the library has a librarian that goes around the houses collecting lore that's generated at each house. The
What sort of lore
minstrels
is generated there?
lore, as in LORE.